happy Monday morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, Sage.
Hello.
To quote Justin Timberlake,
It's
gonna
be
be May. It's May. What is happening here? Okay. It's May. It's a whole new, brand new month. And it's been an exciting May already. We have a new we have a new set of cookies, of course, because of the new month. A new McGoo lesson, which this was a scary one for me. I had a special request to do a paint palette, and palette knife cookies using palette knives. I'm not an abstract impressionistic type human, so it was whenever it comes to abstract stuff, I'm like, it's a little scary to me. Yeah. But oh my gosh, once I started playing with it, I couldn't stop. Like I'm just palette knifing away. It's so fun to play with it, and I really liked how it turned out. So that is this month at McGoo U. I covered a lot of flowers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, poppy. Is this a dahlia? A dahlia?
Yeah. And then that one looks like a succulent.
It's like a carnation to me, kind of.
If you did little spikes on the end, it looks like
a succulent.
A succulent.
So yeah, a tulip. I go over a lot of different flowers, and it was so fun. And you ended up playing with it too.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah,
there's a learning curve, but it's fun.
Yeah, I feel like once you get over like any OCD or precision, things that you have going on, it's really, really fun. Mm-hmm. So that's fun. That's new and exciting. How are you guys, friends? How are you, friends? How's everyone doing? Yeah, it's May.
How is everyone? It's Monday. Mondays are my favorite days.
You and Daddy, so crazy kids.
I just get so much done on Mondays.
Do you feel like you get more on Mondays, or you just feel like it's a new start? Like that's
a new start, and it's like, I don't know.
You're ready to attack.
Yeah.
You have a dive meet
tomorrow.
Okay, friends, we have a saga. We have a story to tell. Last week was insane.
Yeah.
We had a bit of drama here. Mm-hmm. Can everybody hear us and see us okay? Are we good? So it's hospitable. Yay! I'm so glad to hear that.
I'm so excited to see everybody's homework on the group.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's just gonna look different just because of what colors they play with.
Oh yeah.
And which flowers they pick to do and stuff. And I just feel like you could do so much with it.
Yeah.
And that's why the smart cookies look so abstract and so different, because it's like the range is just so fun.
I love texture on cookies.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's very fun. So last week was prom. Weekend was prom. Oh my gosh, this just 2 days ago. So everything was going to plan. The dress came in on time, which was
Monday,
a miracle.
It was like I tried it on, fit perfectly. It was really nice. I really liked the color and everything. Hello. And we got it on Monday. That's when we tried it on.
It's happening. Succulents are happening.
Yeah.
I promise.
But in order to go to prom, I had to get a negative COVID test.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Our family's been super careful.
Yeah.
We're, doing all the protocol. We take it really seriously.
Yeah. And so the school said, "Oh, we're doing like a free, COVID test, and it's super easy. It's self-administered and stuff." So I was like, okay, cool. So I signed up for that one, and I went into the gym, and I did the COVID test.
It was a self-administered
COVID test. I don't know if you guys can tell where this is going, but we got the results on Wednesday.
I was filming. I was sitting here filming, trying to get all my stuff together for the new month.
Uh-huh.
And it was crunch time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like right in the middle of filming, and Sage comes in.
I open the door,
Peeks open,
and I'm like, I have to tell her that I tested positive.
So she's like, Mom, I just got back my COVID results, and I'm like, yeah, like cool, like what's the matter? She's like, it came back positive. Just like starts crying.
Mind is blown at this point.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where could I have gotten it in the past, 2 weeks? Oh, I'm like
There's like
my brain.
2 possibilities, and you're like,
and I'm like,
I
was wearing a mask. I was 6 feet apart. I was in chlorine. Like, there was just so much, going through my brain. And then
so a positive COVID test means no school. Obviously, you can't go to prom. You can't go to dive meets. Your next 3 dive meets. I canceled everything. I canceled dentist appointments. I canceled all these things that were happening.
Yeah, because
the whole family,
Billy was out Uber eating and stuff, and Dad was driving to do something business related, and so everybody just like came in. And
the family gathered around, and we were just like,
what should we
do?
Okay,
so now we're in quarantine for
Yeah.
Well, you were in quarantine for 10 days, and that means Denver was in quarantine for 20 days, just in case of incubation. So anything happening had to shut down immediately. So we did that, which was crazy.
And so then I was like, I need to get another COVID test because I know that this is a false positive. So I went over to the fairground and I got the test, and they were like, oh, we can have you do it now, or I can do it. And I was like, I'll have you do it because self-administered is not the way to go. So I did the COVID test, and I walked out, and I drove back home, and we were just waiting. The next morning came. It came back negative. Huzzah! Like,
so we thought, okay,
oh my gosh, I'm able to go to dive. I'm able to go to prom.
So we let the school know. We said, hey, we don't think, for some reason, that first one came back positive. We don't know why, but we've gotten a more current test, and it came back negative.
And the nurse had said, a few students that have gotten tested at the school administered one also came back positive, but other tests came back negative. And we were like, okay, so I'm not the only one.
What's going on with the school, by the way?
I don't know.
Or at the school given tests. What in the world's happening?
So we were like, yay, we're done. But then the school nurse was like, yeah, no. Once there's a positive, we go with the positive and not the negative. Like, you can't override that positive because you still got a positive. And I was like, oh, okay.
Which makes sense. They want to be careful when they get a positive.
For sure.
But we also tested Denver, and we decided to test you also just for fun, for a second time.
Yeah.
So she ended up getting, hi, Susan. We're doing crazy right about now. How are you?
Went to the doctor that same exact day at, a little while later after I had gotten the first COVID test.
Got Sage retested, got Denver tested, and then it was just waiting.
Yep. And that test, it was the one that went way up into your brain. Oh, I want to sneeze just thinking about it. It was so.
Good morning, Sage.
It was so painful. It was so painful. So we were just waiting.
Yeah.
And calling people, saying
talking to the school, talking to the public county health, talking to everybody, and saying hey, what's the situation here? And so long story short, Sage drove down
meet in Napomo.
Yeah.
And that's quite a ways away from
our
home.
Away.
And so I was at 12 o'clock. I was like, okay, I have no idea if I can even compete in this meet, but I'm going to drive down there. And if we hear anything within the next hour, 30 minutes, then, I can perform. Because they said if you get 2 negative COVID tests, then you're okay and you're cleared and you can dive and go to prom.
That's what they ended up saying.
Yeah. And so,
So we're just waiting for the results. She got the test, but the waiting part. So
Yeah.
she's just sitting in her car at the meet, waiting for a result. So, and it came like at the very last second. John was writing emails to administrators, teachers, and everyone else who he could contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking to people. We're talking to everybody. Just it was more about the dive meet than anything.
Like honestly, I wanted to go to prom.
Yeah.
Like really bad, but at the same time, diving is like what I'm.
You have a very limited amount of meets, and you would have missed.
And I'm a senior, and like in order to if I missed those 3 meets out of the 5 that we're having, like that would have absolutely blown it for me.
So you're at the dive meet. I call her like, it came back negative.
And I'm like,
so she's like, I'm going in. She like went immediately into the pool.
Yeah. Started warming up. I did like 3 warm-up dives. Started the meet. And, my dad, I was like, oh, my parents aren't here, but that's cool.
So we weren't even sure she was going to dive. We were just trying to wait for, we were like on the phone. I'm trying to edit my video, my McGoo videos, and I'm like, hey, did you get those results in yet? So you got to dive, which was a miracle.
Yes.
Last second miracle. And then you got to go to prom.
Yeah.
Should we show off some footage of your dive? I know, here it comes. Oh my gosh. So this is from the Sandy Nesbitt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bounce, bounce. Look at you.
I don't know.
Ooh, that was good.
So good.
That was good. A little peek into what Sage does. It's just you on that board.
Yeah.
It's all about you.
I love it. Just
You
kidding.
love it.
It's kind of scary, but
I can't imagine.
It just feels so good. Like right after, it's like, wow, that was an amazing dive. Like I could feel it anytime I dive in. I'm like,
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's also going to college to dive. She's going to a D1 school. You talk about it, Sage. But this was super important because if you had, or rather the school had gone off of the positive test, that would have kept you out of basically the rest of the season.
Yeah. Because our season is like super condensed because we're kind of on a crunch time now because graduation's coming and 10.0 is the best
score. Really, really good.
Yeah. And it was all of our meets are like, on Monday, rest day, Wednesday, rest day, Thursday, it's just absolutely insane. So I would have missed a bunch of diving, and that would have sucked because I didn't get a season last year. I have a season this year, but it's just a little,
She does. She's a great coach who really was, she was working on it too.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about diving, but I know when it looks good. I'm like, ooh, that look good.
Yeah. But I wasn't able to practice at all during the week too, because obviously I had a, positive COVID test, allegedly.
12 plus. Oh wow, that. She got to dive. It was literally the results came back just barely in time for you to dive, which was
10 minutes
a little too exciting.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, here's a crazy story. Oh, thanks, Brenda. Something happened right before too. Okay, so you were waiting for your results, and you were like, I don't know, and you're kind of freaking out a little bit. You're like, I just should come home. You were having a little bit of a
mental breakdown a little bit.
You're preparing yourself to dive, knowing you might not dive, which is hard.
Yeah.
And then news comes in the middle of all of this. Bailey calls, and she says, she went out for a bike ride. She calls and she says, I was just hit by a car. Bailey was hit by a car. My oldest daughter hit by a car.
Yeah.
On her bike ride. So that was really, really scary and horrible. So Sage is like, I'm just coming home. And we're like, it's okay. Bailey's okay. Her bike is not. But Bailey is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So freaky.
Yeah. This car did not stop at a stop sign. She was just starting to come out and they just didn't even slow down. Just hit her. Hit the front tire of her, the wheel of her bike. She slammed on her brakes super hard, and if she didn't, she would be underneath that car.
Yeah.
So
it was just absolutely like news after news after news after. It was so. It
this
was
whole
such
week
roller
was
coaster.
a roller coaster.
It was like, okay, it's negative. Okay,
You
never mind. I
yeah.
still need one more. Oh, it came back negative. Bailey got hit by a car. What? It was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It
but thank goodness Bailey really.
Yeah.
It didn't. She bumped into the car, but really it was the bike that took the brunt, which is super super huge blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So it all ended up okay. It was just like, I don't know how much adrenaline we all had running through our systems this whole days, but yeah. So she was hit by a car, and she's like, it was just nuts.
Yeah.
A lot of things went into that she wasn't hurt. Like she had earbuds in. Did you know that? And I always tell the kids, do not wear earbuds ever. They ended up getting overheated, so she took them out like minutes before that. So an extra sense was involved with her with the car, but so and there I don't know, it was just crazy. Then yay, news was you could go to prom.
Yeah.
So
I did my dive meet, and then I came home.
And you did great.
Like
first place.
Yeah.
After all that, I can't even imagine.
It was there's 2 types of dive meets. There's a 6 dive list, which is like JV, which is that's all of the dive meets that we're doing this year except for league, which is like a varsity meet. But this time I got to do an 11 dive meet to qualify for CIF if it's gonna happen this year and stuff. And it was my first 11 dive meet in like 2 years.
Wow.
So it was very nice to like.
And you qualified for CIF.
Mm-hmm. I qualified for CIF.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's prom time. The next day was prom day.
Yeah. We went to a football game that night too.
Denver played. Oh, here's the great news about Denver. Here's something funny about Denver.
Oh yeah.
Denver got to play at an away game. Mm-hmm. So he's playing a saxophone. Mm-hmm. A ball comes really far in the end zone, and it's heading towards the band. All the band members jump out of the way. Denver stands up, and he gets the ball. He knocked it down. He had his hand on the saxophone. If he had both hands, he totally could have caught it. They'd be like, touchdown, by the band. But he kind of swatted it down.
Yeah.
It was just so funny.
So funny.
Played in the band, and boring can be good.
Yes.
We appreciate
character building, right?
Yeah.
This is what that week was. Yeah.
Yeah. So the game was really fun to watch, and yeah. And then prom happened.
Yay!
We got to play dress up with Sage.
So fun.
And that was her first prom. Okay, you asked for prom pictures? Here they are. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Ta-da!
Look at you, Sage.
Look at me.
So this is like, you see how in the first picture, it's like this long column dress with a little bit of a fuller skirt, like a little mermaid kind of silhouette.
And then there's like a little belt that attaches this huge long train, and it like makes me, I like
look
it.
like a princess. It's a very regal dress.
I loved that dress.
I like to bring things down to one word sometimes. I think this is regal. Royal, right? The color was beautiful. It fit absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
And let's show the date, how coordinated they were and how cute. Oh my gosh, they were so cute.
Yeah, it was really fun.
So that's without the long skirt, so she could dance the night away.
Yeah. So after we took those pictures, we went to go have sushi, and so we went to.
And everyone was dressed like you were?
No,
we felt a little.
We felt a little uncomfortable. We were just like kind of like, oh, thank you. We were just, I don't know. It was weird being so dressed up for something, and nobody else, was.
Everybody else was in jeans, and you're
like. Yeah, exactly. So we got a lot of like staring and smiling looks. It was fun. It was super, super fun.
Once you settled into like, okay, we're gonna get some attention. Then you just.
But we were eating our sushi, and it was the first time that my date has ever had like a sushi roll before. And so I like taught him what each thing was, albacore and stuff. And we were eating.
His name is Dallin.
Food.
He's
His
a
name is
very dapper, sweet gentleman. So cute.
And we were eating our sushi, and this one lady came up to us, and she was like, "Your dress is so gorgeous. You guys look so good. I'm so happy that you guys had a prom during COVID. Like, I know it must have been hard." And we were like, "Yeah, it's been a little, rocky, but we're excited for tonight."
Little did they know how
Little
rocky
did they know.
We didn't even know if you were going to prom days before.
Yeah. But she was like, "Here's $20. Put it towards tonight. Have a really good time." And we were like, "Oh my gosh, it's just so sweet." She had no idea what our week was like, and just, having that happen, it was so sweet.
Yeah.
We finished our sushi. It was super, super good. And we were waiting for the check to come, and the lady came over and grabbed our plates, and she said, "Oh, by the way, that table over there paid for your guys' dinner before they left." And
So
we were like,
cute.
"Oh my gosh."
Oh my gosh.
It was just, it felt so special, and it was so fun.
Love it.
And after this crazy week, it was very, it was a nice
Appreciated and
treat.
needed, right?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
He loved the sushi. It was so, so good.
I know. Wouldn't that be funny? He's like,
He's like,
this is so good.
No.
Because not everybody likes sushi. It is a
It's an acquired
different
taste.
texture and
Yeah.
taste. Yeah, for sure. So that was pretty adventurous
Yes.
of him, huh?
He's had poke chef before, but it's
That's
different.
very
very
I
different.
don't know, that's similar though. At least you'd have the raw fish kind of, you'd know if you like that or not.
Mm-hmm. But he loved the sushi.
Yeah.
We danced the night away. It was very fun. And after prom, we went back to his house and we played telestrations with some friends, and we had a waffle bar. It was very fun. It was a lot
delicious.
of fun. Yeah.
It's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah.
Good. That was you had your dream prom.
Yeah. It was fun.
Good.
Yay.
That's the saga of the
week.
It was quite the roller coaster.
It was crazy.
Yeah. It's good to see young adults having a bit of normalcy and celebrating traditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the prom looked a little different just because
Yeah.
it was outdoors, so it was a little breezy.
It was very cold.
Which was so great that you had a long
I know.
sleeve, like a little warmer dress.
Yeah.
Waffle bar, yeah.
Yeah.
That was so nice of them to put that together.
Yeah.
And there were masks and there was,
But we had like cohorts, so if we were in our group of people, I think it was like 4 to a group or whatever, we could take off our masks, but if we were in other areas, other cohorts, and we had to keep our masks on, we had to obviously show a negative COVID test 48 hours before, it was...
And you said, here, pick one. I have 4.
I
I have 4 tests. She ended up taking 4 COVID
one.
tests within, 2 days?
Yep.
A lot of Q-tips up your nose.
Yeah. It wasn't fun.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. But it all worked out.
It all worked out great. It was just
a hassle.
Several days of not knowing, just not knowing, I guess. And John and I went to farmer's market just to get some fruits and veggies on Saturday morning, and it was just like the best morning, She didn't, because we weren't sure if she was gonna go. So by then we were like I was thinking about getting a mask, but I was like, I don't even know if you're going. So
it was but it was just a black mask. It was super.
Yeah.
It was
sleek,
nice.
right?
It was sleek.
So we were going, just like, it was just a beautiful day. We're buying beets and tomatoes at the farmer's market and stuff, and we're just like, this weekend would have looked so much different.
Yep.
If all these things kind of hadn't worked out the way they had, and we were just really glad how it all turned out. But
absolutely crazy.
And awesome school. They really were rooting for it.
Yeah.
Okay, if this happens and this happens, everything can come together.
We can do it.
And they were like waiting, like, if you can get us this result in time, and they were really rooting for you. But right. That's true.
And it was the chaos that came with the week. It was it was total triage, and it took so much energy. We had to focus on one crisis at a time. So it was first, okay, let's find out if Sage actually has COVID, and immediately once we got that test, we did what
we all had it.
Yeah, exactly. That was the assumption. So
ripple effect it.
Yeah, so we locked down, and everybody came home. Everybody was there to be with Sage and to support her, because she was losing, prom and everything at that point. Then it was, okay, she's negative. Now we have to go and talk to the school and administrators and everything else.
Prove it, which we totally understood their position that once you have a positive, they need to be really careful. But at the same time, we were like, it just didn't seem right. We're like, how in the world there aren't any, and I know you can be asymptomatic and stuff, but for our whole family to not have any symptoms of COVID was just like, is this really true? So I'm glad that, we kind of pushed it and vetted it out, but
but it was difficult at first, and every step along the way took all of our energy, took so much time. My desk is just piled up with work from the last 4 days that I wasn't able to do last week. So this week
is going to be editing for 2 seconds at a time. I'm like, editing this. Okay, editing. It was
call my coach.
Yeah,
call the principal. Call the CDC. Yeah, it was just.
And every step, everybody's like, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. And we're like, we're making it happen.
No, we need to fight.
Yeah, and we had to kind of force feed the issue and hey, we need an answer soon. We need to get this.
Getting the results from the doctor. Okay, we send out the emails at 4:00. We're like no,
we need
after
now.
the dive meet. Okay, we have this. It was just every part was
a lot.
And while I'm dealing with test results and offices, and I had to run to go get test results and run back and then scan them and email, Liz is on the phone with administrators in the school and with the coach and nurses, and it was complete chaos. It was Saturday morning when we all kind of went, okay.
Yeah, I think that's why our Saturday morning was just so bright and shiny.
Also, fun fact: anyone who's wondering where we got the dress,
So we actually, it was the dress we ordered 2 months ago, a month and a half.
Yeah,
because it was okay, So the dress wasn't so last minute because you had planned. You're like, I'm going to senior prom. They're having a senior prom. I'm going to that.
Yeah.
So we looked at dresses. We kept looking and looking. It's hard, friends. Have you looked for prom dresses? It's really hard to find dresses.
Also, I'm not
tall. Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not in with the trends. I don't know. I like different looks. I don't like.
You like to be a little more covered, maybe than.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna say. There were dresses available.
Yeah.
But
there was just none of them.
You were comfortable
or I wasn't comfortable wearing. We looked on different websites and stuff, and we were like, no, nothing is working out. Yeah, things that aren't cheesy either, that are modest or
finding the right balance of things that you want.
Modest.
The thing I was worried about too was you just being swallowed up by a dress. You're very a petite person, and so I don't know. It was hard, and the length alone, I was worried about. So.
Yeah, I'm a short human.
Yeah, you're what, 5'2"?
5'2".
5'2". But you don't want to wear a little girl dress either.
Yeah.
You wanted to look sophisticated.
Yeah.
There's a whole list of checklists to go through. And so we had kind of settled on one. We're like, this one's pretty good. They are, and especially with it being outdoors, you're like, why cover it with a coat the whole night? Let's wear something that might be a little more appropriate for outdoors at night.
I do. I like vintage looking dresses.
Yeah,
too.
you tend to like vintage.
Also vintage dresses fit me very well.
Yeah,
so
true. And they're very complimentary.
Yeah.
So finally I saw one and I'm like, I think this is it. But I didn't want to. I was just like, what do you think of this one? And she's like, that's the one.
That's the one. The website that we were looking on was Amazon.
We looked at so many, and that's where we saw that one.
And we had several options on Amazon that were great runner-ups.
Yeah.
411, so it's always hard for me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's just a different scale. I mean,
yeah. No, even like when looking at like regular normal human clothes, I'm like, oh, these jeans would fit me. And then I turn it around and there's like a butterfly sequin.
It's like a little kid's
butt
stuff.
pocket. And I'm like, dang it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you're smaller doesn't mean you want to dress like a toddler.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably could shop in the toddler section. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so they needed every single. These were
very weird measurements.
These were measurements I'd never even heard before, and like the hollow to the floor, like from your neck hollow to the floor. Wearing heels, not wearing heels, shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it was like it was 30 different measurements, but it worked out because you put the dress on. It was like zip. It was like absolutely perfect. So that
was great.
Well. Yeah, and so but that did end up coming 4 days before prom.
Yeah, it was a little scary there, but it was good. It all worked out.
Yep, it was a perfect length. That was the one I was really worried about.
Oh, the length, because I didn't want to be like dragging around a huge.
Or having to wear like 6-inch heels. Yeah. So I'm so glad this story had a happy ending.
Yeah.
I really thought I would be here Monday going like, so she missed prom. She missed her dive meet.
I would have.
Denver's out of school for a month because he tested negative.
Sage is gonna miss 2-3 more dive meets.
Yeah, Denver wouldn't have played at the football game. There's so many things. Yeah. I have bought your tops from Amazon. They're very bright and cheery. So fun. Yeah, there's a lot of fun options, right? Floats up behind a superhero cape. And if you got too cold, you could have worn it like a cape. You've been like little green riding hood. Yep.
Is there an underlining? Yes. Yeah. So the top is like sheer. It's like a mesh. It's mesh, and it's a green color, and then underneath is just like nude. Lining. Yeah. And it was super comfortable. And one person came up to me and they were like, is it itchy? Because there were sequins on it. And I was like, it's not.
Just one.
There was one that was like kind of cutting into my neck, but it's okay.
Can I pull that one off? Yeah. Sequins can be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yay.
It was a successful, stressful week.
Was it all worth it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting the 4 extra COVID tests and it was worth it.
And now you can go to school.
Yay!
You can go to your dive meet tomorrow.
Yay.
Denver can go to school. Oh my gosh, the funny story with those.
Yeah.
Sage's like, what shoes am I going to wear? And I'm like,
yeah.
Make sure they're comfortable. You're not even going to see them. You're not going to see the shoes at all. So just make sure they're comfy. Yeah. You can wear sneakers under those things. No, you needed to wear heels because of the height. But so she's like, well, I'll put these on just because they're sitting here. They were sitting there from wearing them like the couple days before. Yeah. She's like, I'll just try these on. And she's like, wait a second. these match perfectly. It was just funny. She already had them and we didn't even think they matched. We didn't even cross our minds.
Because I was like, oh, I'll wear my white pointed toe, which like are my favorite heels that I literally have. But
it's meant to be.
Like, I liked the matching.
She's like confident woman. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it.
And then without it, you're like sassy. Sassy dance time.
Yeah. And for the nails, I was like, what nail color should I do? And my mom was like, do like a nude. I was like, okay. I went upstairs and I looked in our, case of nail polish. I found this one. It's like literally absolutely the exact same color as my dress. And I was like, I'm going with it.
We should have done green eyebrows. Like the teal eyebrows.
That would have been a little bit too far.
And teal lip. I've seen that work. Teal. I have seen that work, but it might be a little. It's a little runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bailey had her proms, and she went and had a great time, and now Sage has had her prom, and being the dad of my two girls here who had their proms, I found it unbelievable the amount of prep and time and energy that you guys put into your prom. Because with guys, we just ask, what color you wearing? Oh, okay, I'll get a pocket square and a tie that match. Maybe if we're like that coordinated. Like, you're gonna be shocked at how little time Denver spends on his prom prep.
I'm scheduling in a 2-hour prep for him, just like the girls.
About a half an hour. About a half an hour. Take a shower, get your suit on, you're good to go.
Oh,
The thing that took longest for you was your hair. Sage has so much hair. It's unbelievable.
and we were
Like, how many pounds of hair do you have? I don't know. We ended up, okay, because I didn't want her hair just like falling during it, we put her hair into 3 ponytails. Because I didn't want all the weight on one. It was 3 dang ponytails.
because if it was on one, I'd be dancing and it would go down my head. So
yeah, her ponytail is, I don't know, the diameter is just so huge. Then we got to take out the back one so that it just fell flat. That's true. So yeah, we did, but it was a long time to get through all that hair. Wait till the weddings. No kidding. And we
I can wait.
You didn't even go to get your nails done or your hair done or your makeup. Like, we did that all home. And I think it was like 2 hours of really relaxed, like us just taking our time and stuff.
at the end, we were
like, okay, your hair is taking way, way, way much longer than I thought just to curl it. So
yeah, it was.
But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Let's do it again this weekend.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah.
Yay.
It
So
was
you
a
have
lot.
school? You have school right now?
Yep.
Go to school.
Okay.
Today's online. Mondays are online, so that's
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah.
you get to go to school now.
Yay.
I just imagine how different everything would look if this all just turned out differently. So
If I didn't even, I was thinking like, oh, the school one is so accessible for the COVID test. I don't even have to go downtown and get the COVID test there. I could just go to the school, which is like 2 minutes away, and whatever. But then, if I didn't even go to
if you
that,
didn't take that one test,
then
then
none
other
of this
4
would
tests
happen.
we get right. I wonder what happened with that. I don't understand how that even happened.
Yeah.
But it made our life real interesting.
But it was scary because they were taking a self-administered one by a minor, me, over a health professional. It was just
Once
so
you get that positive,
crazy.
they need to be careful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I get my second vaccine tomorrow. Yeah. Second dose. Second vaccine.
Yeah.
Second dose tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
I've been fully vaxxed for
I
a
know.
couple weeks
So
now.
jealous.
I got the 1 shot. 1 and done.
Like literally the day before it got shut down.
Yes, I did.
But she's all good.
I am good. Okay, friends. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Hopefully you're having a stress-free week. But if not, if you're having a learning week and a growing week, know that it will
Work out.
Yeah. It will benefit you, right? You'll appreciate
Character building.
life will look bright and shiny once you get through it.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. It was definitely worth it. And it does make you appreciate things. You're like, thank goodness we didn't have COVID, or that. I mean, there's just a lot of things you're just very happy about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the worst thing to get, but right when things are opening,
I know.
It's tough. It would have been really tough. But
Really bad. Yeah.
so yeah, be
safe.
take in your lessons, I guess, with gratitude. I guess no matter how this ended, it would have been a learning, and growing experience.
Yeah.
If you had COVID, or if we all had COVID, we would have worked through that too. But I'm just really happy with how everything ended up. And so yay!
Yay!
I can't believe it's May.
Next is graduation.
Thanks for joining us, listening to the saga of Sage. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, next is graduation, which can look, I think, is going to look a little different. Because we're in a different tier now, which is great. California is looking so good.
I know.
And our county is looking so good,
Yeah.
and it's really exciting. I really feel for people where it's like a hot spot or where things aren't looking so good. Ugh, it's just, it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
To see things that are going on in other places.
Because we know where what that looks like, because we were there.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, stay safe, stay healthy and happy, and we'll see you next Monday. Hopefully with a much less exciting week.
Yes.
Hopefully, go boring.
We'll have
We're
some
rooting for
news
boring.
on the diving record. Hopefully.
She's so close to beating
I'm
a
1.3 off.
We don't want to focus on the record.
No,
though.
we
The
don't.
school record. It's just, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Just good luck on your dive meet tomorrow. We'll say that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
good luck to you, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see you next Monday.
And
have a delicious day.